Welcome back to Sleep Better TV. I'm Tasia Custodi. My guest today is Dr. Dawn Slayback of the Craniofacial Care Center in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Dawn, I'd like to continue our conversation about obstructive sleep apnea. So tell us, what are the big three symptoms of OSA?
The big three usually are snoring, daytime sleepiness, and high blood pressure. Those are the first three things that we start to see in patients, or it's an easy way to screen, just asking those three questions, whether somebody might have a potential problem with sleep apnea.
Now, snoring is pretty common, so why is that necessarily a major symptom?
Well, the anatomy of snoring and obstructive sleep apnea are basically the same. The tongue is falling back in the throat and vibrating against the soft palate, making that wonderful noise of snoring, or falling back completely into the airway and blocking it off so that no air can get through in obstructive sleep apnea. They're both diseases of anatomy. One is maybe the early form of it. Statistically, not all snorers have obstructive sleep apnea, but nearly 90% of patients with obstructive sleep apnea snore.
So why are most OSA patients so sleepy during the day?
Well, every time there's an event, an apneic event, which means that they're stopping breathing for 10 seconds or more at night, whatever stage of sleep they are in gets interrupted. So this can happen hundreds of times per night, so that they're basically, every time that happens, it's called an arousal or a mini awakening. So they're maybe spending more time awake than they are asleep, or plenty of time awake, not getting into deep levels of restorative and restful sleep. So they wake up feeling like they haven't slept at all, unrefreshed. It's very fragmented.
And why is high blood pressure an early sign of OSA? How is it linked?
When a person has an apneic event, they're stopping breathing at night. That represents an emergency to the body. The brain says, wait a minute, we're not breathing, we need oxygen here. So the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight part of our nervous system, kicks in. That's the part of our nervous system that's designed for when we are being chased by a bear. Heart rate goes up, blood pressure goes up, so that we can run from that bear that's chasing us. However, we're not designed to be running from the bear 24/7. We're designed to have a rest from that at night, and our blood pressure should go down. Now, with obstructive sleep apnea, that doesn't happen at night, and that blood pressure elevation carries over into the day, and we've got high blood pressure.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Slayback.
Thank you.
My guest today has been Dr. Slayback of the Craniofacial Care Center in Columbus, Ohio, and you have been watching Sleep Better TV.